Observe what is. Sean Fitzgerald here. The subject of this video is business owners. And we have Michael McManus here with us. He's the owner of Durban North Auto Sales. He's just going to give us a little introduction about himself, his name, his age, and he's married, and a little bit about yourself. Thank you, Michael.
Good morning, guys. My name is Michael McManus. I'm 47 years old. I'm married to Karen, and I have two boys, Kelvin and Stephen, who are all involved in the business with me.
Wonderful. What is the nature of your present business at the moment?
We're in the retail used car market. So predominantly we would buy and sell quality second-hand used vehicles as well as bakkies.
Wonderful. Michael, have you owned any other businesses in the past?
No. Previously, I've been involved in this particular business now for 28 years. But I've only had the pleasure of working for myself for the last 5 years. Previous to that, I was in the corporate world. I worked for the McCarthy Group for 23 years and took the plunge 5 years ago to go into my own personal business.
But this must be quite exciting for you. I mean, you can see you working for yourself. What does it actually mean to? Okay, before we get there, why did you start a business? Obviously, you started a business in this field. I'm just saying because you are used to that field. You were always in the auto. Is that correct?
Yes, very much so, Sean. The motor vehicle business has been in the blood and the veins for many years. My dad was in the motor trade as well. So I grew up in a family that was entrenched in the motor industry. It's always been something that I enjoy. I enjoy dealing with people more than the actual vehicles. But and it's a great way to interact with people. You know, whether it be staff or customers, we're always dealing with people, and I think like most businesses today, it's all about people.
Correct. Thank you. Some of the challenges to start this type of business. What were some of your challenges to get going?
Yeah, I think like all businesses, capital, cash flow. That's the hardest part and the biggest thing holding people back, especially people that are working for a corporate company. I was fortunate that I had 23 years experience and had a little bit of capital built up, but it's still quite daunting putting your own money on the table.
Sure.
But it's fun times as well.
And if you this is the question I'm throwing in here. You bought a premises from did you start your business from scratch, or did you?
Yes, there was a previous dealership, a very small dealership running from our premises here, and an opportunity came along just over 5 years ago where we were offered the premises, and being a Durban North resident, we've grown up in the area, went to school in the area. It made sense in terms of geographical position for me. It's very close to home, so I have the benefit of a short travel home and back to work on a daily basis. But you know, also being on a main road like North Coast Road, there's a lot of passing traffic here, so it was a good fit.
So in terms of the benefits to you as a person, is this owning your own business, does this mean freedom to you? I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you know, just give me your idea of what does it mean to be on your own?
Yeah, it's interesting you use the word freedom, because I think every time the subject comes up about having your own business with myself and my friends, the word freedom comes into the conversation. Yeah. And there's no doubt, you know, you don't have to ask your boss, can I take a day off? Can I take my wife for lunch? Can I go and watch my sons playing in a sporting event, pop into their school gala and whatever else? So there's a lot of benefits that go along with having your own business and being your own boss. And I can definitely recommend it.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right. What are the present challenges that you have at the moment for keeping it running? Just explain that for me.
I think in our industry, you know, when you're dealing with used vehicles, it's not like a brand new car where you can make an order to the factory to build for you. So in the used car field, you've got to go out and source good quality stock that you'd be comfortable putting on your showroom floor, putting your name to it. And that is one of our biggest challenges, finding good quality stock. Fortunately, I've had a lot of experience and have made a big network of clients over the years. The other challenge is staff. At the end of the day, you're only as good as the people that work for you. And if you haven't got good staff working for you, you've got a problem. That I can say. The staff are the critical key successes to your business. You have good staff, happy team, you're on the right track.
Tell me, how do you go about presently sourcing your staff? Is this a specific way you've got to do this?
Yeah, and interestingly enough, I think the majority of the staff that I have working with me are people that I knew along the way, and I actually didn't go and approach anybody or advertise for these positions. It was a bit of word of mouth. So it was old colleagues that I've known for years who approached me, also unhappy in the corporate world, want to be able to come to work and work for an independent operator where you didn't have so many rules and regulations and policies and procedures in place, and they have the same entrepreneurial skills that we're looking for in good staff.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
You did mention that it's used cars and new cars that you offer.
No, we specialize in used vehicles, but we do passenger cars, i.e. your little motor car that you would traditionally own, as well as buckies, 1-ton pickups for delivery vehicles, double cabs for the SUV market, and then we do quite a lot of 4x4s as well, which is very popular.
There's a big market for used cars. Obviously, with the price of new cars, would I be correct in saying that?
No, you're 100% right there, Sean. If you pick up the paper today and you look at the price of brand new cars, even just entry-level cars, it's well in excess of 140, 150,000 rand for a basic little car. And for a lot less, you can get yourself a lot of motor car in the second-hand market.
I'm going to put you on the spot here with Mike, and I know we did go through the questions, but I want to ask you, the used car market has had a bad rap.
Absolutely.
Am I right in saying that?
Sure.
Is it perception of the public that it's got this bad rap, or was there problems in that market?
No, I think it's an excellent question you raise here. I think that the used car market has, but like the old story was, you're either a used car salesman or insurance salesman. You stay away from those guys. But to be quite fair to both those industries, the insurance and the car industry, the industry has been regulated beyond control over the last few years. There's a huge impetus with the Consumer Protection Act now. So those unscrupulous dealers that used to get away with unscrupulous things, unfortunately, or fortunately, cannot anymore. I mean, the Consumer Protection Act is there for the consumer. We personally are members of an organization called the IDA, which is the Independent Dealer Association. And in terms of becoming a member of there, you've got to have integrity. You've got to have a number of years' experience. You've got to have a clean track record. We also are involved and approved by all 4 major banks in South Africa. And the only way you get involved and approved by the banks is very strict criteria. And if you step out of line, those banks will pull their bank codes. The IDA will kick you out of the dealer association. And yeah, the industry has certainly been cleaned up over the years.
Is regulation a good thing?
It's a very good thing. I think it's a good thing for the consumer. Because at the end of the day, if I was buying something, whether it be a motor car or a computer or a nice flat screen TV or something like that, I'd like to make sure that you're getting what you pay for.
Because I know I'm sticking on this point. We have some time.
Sure.
I know that people complain too much regulation, that it restricts you to, is there an argument for that, or is a lot of regulation good?
I think from the dealer's point of view, you sometimes feel the customer is always asking too much from you. But I honestly believe if you are transparent in the transaction you're doing, if you are fair and honest, then there's no problem. And at the end of the day, you've got to treat each and every situation on its merit. And I think if you're fair to the consumer, the consumer will be fair to you. at the end of the day, you want those customers to come back to you. You want them to
Correct.
tell their friends about you.
Yes.
So, yeah.
All right. Would you, big question, well, fair question, would you recommend your type of business to somebody?
Yes, I think, nowadays people want to make a fast buck, and they want to make money now, and they want to make it quickly. I haven't come across any business that you can make a fast buck and quick and easy way. If you want a good career, and that goes for any line of business, if you want to make decent money and enjoy what you do, then the motor trade is certainly something where there are good rewards, but you have to work hard. We work 6 days a week here. It's not a job for the faint-hearted. We work long hours. Clients phone us up till 10 o'clock at night, and you're in the service industry. You've got to be there to take those calls. So you're looking for a fast, easy, quick buck. This is not the industry, but I haven't found one yet that works. But if you want a good career with good rewards, then definitely the used car market and the new car market is a good industry to be in.
Are they, Michael? That's a point I wanted to ask you. Is it the same to be in both? Are they similar industries, new car market, and do they have different challenges?
They are similar, but there's definitely a different vibe to it. I have been on.
Have you been on both?
I've been on both sides. I started in the used car business, so I have the used cars in the blood. But I've been on both sides with the McCarthy Toyota Group. I've been on the new car side and the used car side, and there's definitely a different feel and a different clientele and a different expectation.
There's a market for both.
There is a market for both. There's a market for both. I just think that the cut and thrust and the trading ability on the used is a bit more flexible. And the nice thing about that is that every used car is different. They're different condition, there's different mileages. So that's the exciting part about the used car market.
And obviously the price.
Very negotiable.
Yes.
You can look on the internet and you'll see cars ranging from 80,000 to 120,000 for what appears to be the same car.
I want to ask you. This is from me now. Now you brought something up, and it's not in the question list. Just from personally, what would you recommend if a person was going to buy a used car? What were a few things you'd recommend they do? You see it in the newspaper, 100 cars, and what would you recommend?
I think the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you're buying from a reputable dealer. So make sure that they belong to they're an RMI dealer or an IDA dealer. They belong to an association which has got accountability and credibility. I think that's the first thing, especially with a used car. The second thing is, if you don't know anything about cars and you take your mechanic along, let your mechanic take the car for a drive and give you his opinion. If you don't know anything about used cars, insist on the vehicle going for a roadworthy. You can see what's wrong with the car up front. At the end of the day, you're spending a lot of money on a used vehicle, and you also want to know what that dealership's going to offer you. Are they going to give you a 2-year warranty on that vehicle? What type of backup do they offer? And I think if you make sure they belong to an association and you know that they offer an extended warranty on the vehicle, you're pretty safe. Yeah.
The used car market has a lot of irregularities.
Sure,
you've seen people selling used cars all over the place. So
absolutely,
it is a minefield in a sense, unless, like you said, you need to go to somebody reputable like yourself.
My advice is stay away from private sales. Yes,
stay away
from private sales. Right. Yes, there are 1 or 2 good private sales out there. The problem is that there's no recourse though. So if you do have a problem, whether it be a stolen vehicle, and there's lots of those going around, cloned vehicles, you've got no comeback on the private individual. If something goes wrong with the vehicle mechanically after a couple of days and it's a huge expense, you've got no comeback. And sometimes the perception is that you're getting a great deal on a private sale. Believe you me, if you have a look at the prices that the dealers are selling for versus what the private sellers are selling for, there's usually very little difference.
Always be careful of great deals.
Exactly.
Because usually the great deals mean something is wrong here.
Well, I always say if it sounds too good to be true, it normally is.
It normally is. Yeah. All right. What are the future prospects of your business, of your type of industry, your business, the one you're in now?
I think we've got a very exciting times ahead, because with the exchange rate in South Africa, there's no doubt that the new car prices are going to keep going up as they have done over the last 20 odd years. So the new car prices are going to keep going up with inflation and tracking the rand exchange rate. So there's good value in used vehicles. You know, the other thing about a used vehicle, you know, when you buy a brand new car and you drive out, within half an hour, that is a used car, and it's dropped quite a bit of value. So
people always need cars.
Absolutely.
For a while still.
And there's new entrants coming in. There's new entrants coming into the market every day. You know, people turning 18, getting their first licenses.
Correct. Yeah.
There's a new emerging market coming out there that haven't had access to finance and cars before. So there's a huge opportunity in the used car industry.
Michael, yes, great. Now I'm just going to ask you tips and suggestions for a person wanting to start a business. Now, just listen carefully. What I mean is not just necessarily your business, but yes, your business.
Yeah.
And also, would you recommend people start a business, save up and get the capital and run a business? Or does it require a special type of person?
I think you need to ask yourself a few questions, because there's pros and cons. In my opinion, if you are enthusiastic, if you are passionate, and you're prepared to work hard, because you know people see all the fruits of people that have worked for themselves and have done well. But those guys, I can tell you right now, the common denominator is every one of those guys has worked. They've done their school work, their school fees they've paid for over the years of hard work. You've got to be enthusiastic. There is no doubt about it that working for yourself has lots of benefits. And I would recommend that to anybody, but not to say that it is for everybody. You know, you've got to make sure that you're going into the right field, and then just do your homework. Make sure that there's a need for the product that you want to sell or the industry that you want to service. But I can say, if you choose well and it's something that's close to your heart, something you enjoy, you'll love it.
Wonderful, thank you. All right, we're coming to the expo sides, the showcase side of your business,
sure.
The Durban North Auto Sales. What makes you unique in your industry from your competitors or from anybody else?
Yeah, I think the fact that we have had over 25 years experience in the industry, it means that the quality of vehicles that we are buying is certainly A-grade vehicles, number one. The fact that we work closely with the banks and with the RDA, and that there's credibility to the company and what we put out there. I think it makes it a bit of a safe buy for a customer, and the fact that we have got the same regular customers coming back to us year after year, you know, it shows that there's confidence in what we're selling and the products.
Oh, one more thing I wanted to ask you, and I know this should have asked this earlier, but is price a factor in your industry? I mean, can you do as well a little bit more than the guy down the road offering you a cost more? Is price a factor?
Yeah, price is a factor, but what we often find is that what appears to be a better price down the road often turns out to be a disaster. And you know, if you see something that you like and it's a little bit more expensive than another product, look at quality, look at who you're buying from, because in the long run, it'll be worth it.
Thank you, Michael. We're close to the end now. What I want you to do is there anything else on your business that you would like to add, or some for our prospective viewers? Anything else you would like to add on what we've discussed on your business, and maybe or just any business, or anything you want to add to this conversation, this interview?
Yeah, I think for any young person wanting to start out their business, get a good grounding, get a good platform first. Whether it be going to a university, whether it be going to a technikon, get a grounding. Whether it be a BCom or something like that, BA. You know, you want to have an understanding of how businesses run. When you leave that institution, try and get an apprenticeship in the field that you want to get into, because you know, rather take a year or two working for somebody and getting an understanding rather than going headfirst into that business and maybe costing you a lot of money that you've invested through a loan or a family member giving you the money. So get a platform first, couple of years experience working for somebody in that field, and then the world's your oyster. You've built a strong platform, and then
Wonderful.
you're on your own.
Michael is now just going to give you his contact details of his company, the name of his company, his contact details, and his address for people that would be interested from all over the world, from wherever you are. If you're ever in Durban, you can come and contact Michael, come down to his auto shop, his Durban North Auto Sales, and come and visit him, come and have a look at his cars. I've had a lovely time here. Michael, won't you just read out your details
Sure.
there, so that the
No,
people,
are
you alright with this?
I know these off by heart.
All right, brilliant. Are you alright with all this?
Thanks very much. Sure. Thank you. And thanks, and lovely chatting to you too as well today.
Thank you.
Great meeting you. Our company's name is Durban North Auto Sales, as we spoke about earlier. We're situated at 878 North Coast Road in Durban North. The best thing to do though is go onto our website, because we get a lot of visitors from all over, and it's amazing. You mentioned all over the world, Sean. We have sold cars to people in Germany, Switzerland, UK,
wow,
who have looked online, bought a vehicle because they were coming over from Europe on a holiday or coming back for good. So it's amazing that we've actually had people even bought for organizations. But our website address is www.dnas.co.za. So that's DN for Durban North, AS for Auto Sales.co.za. Go online there, you'll see a little bit of history about the dealership, about myself, and also all the available vehicles and what we offer the customers.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you,
Michael. Lovely interview. Won't you, the interview's over. This is Observe What Is. Please leave your, when you watch this video, please leave your comments and suggestions, and please subscribe to our channel. The requirements are good. Michael, won't you just press the red button there? We're finished with the interview.